Welcome to the first episode of Adventures in Arch Linux, the completely unscripted, partially unplanned Arch Linux adventure. It's my personal adventure. I've just recorded, and trust me, I'm going to make heaps of mistakes in this video. I'm going to stumble on my speech. Nothing is uncut. No, nothing is cut. Everything is uncut. Everything I say, everything I do will be on video. The only times there'll be a small cut is when I take the camera off to try to film something here, that kind of thing. So everything I do with Arch Linux, you are going to watch. You are going to see this actual hard drive here. With Arch Linux on it, it's 300 gigabytes. It's going to go from a completely command line based, nothing on it, right? The pure Arch installation. Like, I stuff up with my words all the time. That's why OS First Timer is unedited. But trust me, there is nothing on this right now. We're going to boot it up. You're going to watch as I install a desktop environment, try out all these programs, and throughout the series, just bloat this hard drive as much as I can with just amazing software that we can find. We'll start off with the really basic stuff. This is a very interactive series, so there's going to be forum posts. I'll link to them and you can reply, and for example, in this first episode I said, what's a good desktop environment I should get, what should I use for a screen recorder, because I am going to be not just recording like this, I'm going to actually use a screencast or screen recorder software. Let's get started. I'll put this into the computer and I'll boot it up. Okay, as I turn my computer on, I'll just tell you my setup. So basically I'm booting from this portable or external hard drive. It's got Arch Linux installed completely on it. It's not like a live CD or anything. I actually installed Arch Linux off a live CD, which I burnt to a disk. Arch Linux installer. It's the 050114 version, so 5th of January 2014. Although, as you know, Arch Linux just updates all the time. It's a bleeding edge operating system. So as you can see, we've got grub up here, so we're just going to boot into that. Now what I'm going to have to help me is I'm going to have the Arch Linux wiki right here, right next to me. So any information I need on anything, it's just going to be at my fingertips. So Arch Linux wiki is going to be there for now, just for this first video, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to just mount the camera. I've got a chair here just in front of me that I'm going to mount the camera on just for these, just until we get a screen recorder. This is just going to be the initial state of things. So there we go. That'll be good for now. So basically, in case you can't see it, it says Arch Linux 3.12.71 Arch, and this is Arch Linux Adventure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log in to my Arch system. It's called Arch Linux Adventures because that's just what I call the computer. Okay, so I'm going to log in now. Hopefully I can actually log in. There we go. So, last login, 12th Jan, so that was just me testing. So all I've done, if you look at, if you want to know my progress, is I've just gone through the beginner's guide and just done the post-installation stuff, installing a graphics driver and stuff, so we can get straight to the desktop environments now. So as you know, a desktop environment is just basically a user interface. You've got desktop environments and Windows managers. Desktop environments are more of a full programs with all of the stuff you need, while a window manager just kind of displays Windows. Now what we've got here is 6 main desktop environments that are supported, but there's other unsupported ones. So basically, when I told everyone about this, I said I'll do anything but KDE, which is this one, and GNOME, or GNOME, however you want to say it. Both of these are very, very jam-packed and quite bloated. So is Unity. So for that reason, because I just want the basics. I don't want to kind of come into this Arch Linux with everything. I want to just come into Arch Linux with barely anything. So basically, I got a bunch of requests for XFCE, LXDE, some for Cinnamon and Enlightenment. However, the most requested and the one that I kind of pitched in and thought, yeah, I might give this one a try because I don't know much about it, is LXDE. So this is a lightweight desktop. In fact, I'll tell you more about it as we install it. So, because it'll take a little while to install, and I'm going to be doing that on camera too. Now I know this is going to be hard to read for now. I don't have a desktop like a screencast software, so let's just quickly get this LXDE sorted. So I'm going to type in pacman -s, capital S, LXDE, because that's the name of the desktop environment I want. Oh, and I cannot perform that unless I'm admin, so let's, root, sorry, I'm used to being Windows, so I'll just, wait, I'll go back up to that and I'll put sudo at the beginning of it. Okay, so there are 21 members in this, so you've got gpic view and all this stuff here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of these and I'm going to specify which ones I want, because I don't want everything. For example, I don't want gpic view, because then that's straight away giving me a picture viewer. I just want the core LXDE without any extra programs, if you know what I mean. So let's now look at the wiki and we're going to decide what we're going to have and what we're not going to have. The Arch Linux wiki is so well documented. It just makes the operating system fantastic to use. I would not be using Arch or doing this video if this wiki did not exist. Okay. So, first of all, we've got gpic view, lightweight image viewer. I don't want that. So I'm guessing to select stuff on the screen here, you just type in like 1 if you want it and then do a comma or something to select everything. So I'm not going to select 1 obviously, I'm just going to select the ones I want. Now because I don't really get this whole library for file management, I'm going to install that one because I don't want to stuff something up. The next one is LX, used to configure themes and icons and fonts. I definitely want that. 3, plugin to configure OpenBox, sure. So that's the LX appearance ob config, so I'm going to put that in. 4, and as you can see I'm numbering all the things I want here. I'm saying 2, once the actual camera will autofocus, I'm putting 2, 3, 4, and I'm putting all of these things I want here. So next we've got LXDE comment. Okay, I know you need that one, so we're gonna definitely get that one. So 5, the icon theme, yeah, I'm gonna get the icon theme. Lightweight display manager, yep, I'll get that. And I'll get the input. I definitely want an application launcher, as long as it's not a program like this is a picture viewer, or this is a web browser, or this is a file manager, as long as it's not like that. Desktop panel, yeah, oh wait a sec. LX menu data, collection, okay. Because if I don't know what it is, I'll get it. Okay, 10. Now do I want this? LX Music lightweight XMMS2 client. Client. Is that a program? I'm just trying to work out if that's a program or not, because if it is a program, nah, you know what, I'll skip it. The next thing is the desktop panel, which is 12, so I'll get that. And after that is, sorry, I've got to zoom in so I can see this. LXPOLKIT, simple polkit authentication. Okay, I'll keep that one. Next is screen manager. I'll have to get that. Standard, oh, we shut down, reboot and suspend support. Yeah, I definitely need that. So, session kind of thing. 15. Next is edit application shortcuts. Yeah, I want that. Wait a sec. Where am I up to? So I did the session, so I am going to want the application shortcut thing. Lightweight task manager. Nah, don't want that. So the next is lightweight terminal emulator. I'll have that, because I'm going to need the terminal. That's the only thing from this LXDE thing I actually want. Okay, so that was 18, the terminal, I think. Yep. And now, menu catchy. Yep, I definitely want the menu automatically generated. Open box, yep, I'm going to want open box, because without it I won't be able to display windows and stuff, so that's 20. And the last one, Pacman, the default file manager. Okay, no, I don't want that. Or maybe I do. No, I don't. So I'm not going to get that file manager. I might get Dolphin, or we'll look around for some file managers. So now that we've got that, I'm going to start installing it. So I'm going to press enter, because I've decided what I want. I've decided, put all the numbers in there, pressing enter, looking for dependencies. Okay, and there we go. It's got all these dependencies. And as you can see, wow, that's a lot of stuff there. Don't worry, it's blurry now, but I'll get that screen recorder soon. And you're going to be through every moment of my adventure. Okay, proceed with installation. Yes. Okay, and that's just going to go on and do that. While this is going on, let's have a little look at what the whole LXDE thing is. So basically it says it's an energy-saving desktop environment maintained by an international community of developers. It comes with a beautiful interface, multi-language support, standard keyboard shortcuts, and additional features like tab file browsing. LXDE uses less CPU and less RAM than other desktop environments, and it is especially designed for cloud computers with low hardware specifications such as netbooks, mobile devices, MIDs, and old computers. See, I'm reading badly because it's unscripted. I'm not cutting out my mistakes or anything. So what are we doing here? So the graphical login, it's almost installed now actually. It's just doing the last installation process. Okay, graphical login. So LXDM is the default display manager. Okay, great. Now console. To use startx, you need to define LXDE in that file, so we might need to do that using nano or something and add that code in. And that talks about application menu editing, yada yada yada. Okay, you know what? It's finished installing now, so we are ready to try and boot this puppy up. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to type in at the bottom clear, and we're just going to hope this works well. Did you see it just go out of focus as soon as I did that? Okay, so what I'm going to... Oh my goodness, this camera focus is awful. What I'm going to try and type in here is startx, and I'll just hold the camera up so it's not going to be all silly. So startx, I hope this works. Ready? The moment of truth. Actually, it has to be one word. The moment of the truth. 3, 2, 1, please work. It's coming up, it's coming up. Loading this extension. Now I'm using the default. Yeah, what? Okay, so I think something to do with a window. Is that this? I've still got TW. Okay, so the issue is just as a test, I installed TWM, that, you know, that default window manager. I'm going to uninstall that. So let me exit. I think you type in this one, exit, and exit. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of that default. That was just a testing thing when you're testing X to make sure it's working. So I'm going to type in pacman. R is what you type, and tiny window manager. That's what I call it. It's not actually called that. And I think it's called the org, and it's got a little comment. Org. You cannot perform this as root. Let's just quickly cut this out. So here we go. The only cuts is me actually stopping and starting recording. So I'm not actually editing these. I'm just joining the videos together. I'm going to press yes, and it's removing that just little test thing. Now I'm going to type startx. Okay, here we go. The moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. So it looks like now I don't have a window manager, so none of these windows can move around. Since OpenBox was installed, let's just see if OpenBox works. OpenBox. So I'm just typing in OpenBox. Now the windows can be moved around. So this is the default kind of window manager, OpenBox is, for the operating system. For the desktop environment LXDM. And as you can see, I can drag these windows and move them around. Now let me try and open LXDM just by guessing. LXDM, let's see if this works. Only root is allowed to do this. Okay, sudo LXDM. And I'll just have to type my password. Okay, work, here we go. I did it, nothing's happening. So maybe you can't just type LXDM to get this to work. Let me just see if this window is frozen. No. Okay. So things aren't going too well right now. Let's just check this wiki and find out what we've got to do. See what I mean about nothing is perfect. Usually this kind of stuff is cut out. So let's work out what we actually have to do. You're actually seeing every single failure of mine. And, okay. EXEC, start LXDE. So let's try and type that in then. Here we go. We're gonna exit this and exit this. Well, actually I'll just have to press X on them like this. X. Oh no, I've just gotten out of exit, kill, X. Oh, I've just gotten rid of the window manager, so now the window manager is gone. You know what? I give up. I'm just going to reboot. I know this is dodgy the way I'm doing this. I just press that once and Arch Linux is going to shut down and I'll turn the computer back on. There we go. Okay. I'm not going too well here, so hopefully in this first episode we'll have everything installed. I really hope so. EXEC, start LXDE. So I'm going to probably have to define that in this file. I'll type that in first. If that doesn't work, then I'll have to go to this xinitrc file and sort this out. Okay, Arch. So basically in this series, once I get this, sorry, this is the boring part. Sorry, you're watching the boring part of the series where I just start off. But there is going to be, it's going to get fun when I'm actually on a screen recorder and I'm, you know, using all these programs. So let me quickly log in. Because if I don't log in, it's just going to be a nightmare. Okay, so let's see. What is this? It is EX, let me type this in, EXE start LXDE. LXDE. Here we go. Are you ready? Please. What? Oh, right, I didn't do the C. Okay, so after EXE, you've got to put in a C. Let me guess. Oh, how did that, but that didn't even work. That just took me back here. And now it wants me to log in again. I'll log in again off camera. Since I'm totally failing here and I just can't get this to work, I'm going to actually try and go to that. To use startx, you need to define LXDE in your xinit file. So let's try and go to that. I'm guessing I just type, I do that little tilde / dot xinitrc, and I'm going to type in sudo nano. And I'll just quickly get into that. Okay, and it looks like that file doesn't exist, or I've typed it in wrong. Great! Okay, how do we get to this? Only display managers such as Light, DM, and GM work well. Okay, startx. Okay, let's see this guide on exactly how to do this. Well, actually, not startx. Well, we can look at this anyway. This method can be combined with the automatic login before the X is read. So that's if you're starting that at login. But how do I actually get to the point where I can type that in and stuff? So I'm in file/home, so I'm guessing I shouldn't be in home/fill-up because it wouldn't be in there, would it? Okay, so I've got to work out how to get into that file, how to exit the how to do this xinit file. So let's see this xinitrc is a file. Okay, the file is a shell script read by xinit and by its front end startx. It is mainly used to execute desktop environments, window managers, and other programs when starting the X server. Okay. So let's try and find it. It should be here. So contains files. Okay. Also, what we should do is copy the sample to our home directory, then edit it, because that way, if we edit it all, then we'll be able to do this. Okay. You know what? I'm not in the mood to copy it to our home directory. I'll just modify it as it is on this like overall system thing. Let's just do this, get it done. I'm just going to quickly off camera get to this. Sorry about me saying it's uncut. It's just really hard for me to type and stuff, but I'm not cutting it. I'm just stopping and starting recording. So what I'm doing is I'm copying the file from my home directory, this directory to my home directory, and I'm calling it .xinitrc. Okay, so if I type ls, it's not there. No. Do you know what? I just can't get this file to come across. In fact, I did it as fill-up, and it appeared. Accidentally, I typed, instead of calling it xinit, so I'm just going to edit the real xinit. So what I'm doing is I'm going to edit it. Okay, so here is what I see in this code. So I've got start KDE4 and start X. Oh, so that's because I'm guessing, yeah, those are comments, so it's kind of commented out. So I've got to add the exe and then that thing I need. So let's put it in here. So let's see, what's the code I need to put in? So to start this off, I need to put in, let's see, xinitrc. Okay, exe start LXDE. So let's put that in. DE. Here we go. So I've got that code in there, and it looks perfectly right, except for the fact that that should be a C. Start LXDE. Okay. Please work. Let's save this now. How do I save? I'll do Control. Can't see save at the bottom. I'm just going to do Control X and save modified file. Sorry, this is keyboard stuck in everything. Yes. I want to save this and write it out to, yep, that same location. Great. Okay, now here we go. The moment of truth. Start X. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Here we go. Oh my, I'm going to be so happy if it works. Oh no. Oh, what? Waiting for X server to shut down. Oh dear. Okay. We failed once again. So what was wrong? I'm trying to work out why that didn't work. Maybe if I type in X in it, because I know sometimes you type in X in it. This had better work, this had better work, this had better work. Dang! Why is this not working? Okay. Connection to X server lost. Waiting for X server to shut down. It's not working. And I don't know what to do now, because I haven't even started this series off. I know I'm not supposed to do this, I'm gonna press this button and come back when I figure out what's wrong. Okay, I'm almost ready to give up this video series entirely, but I just want to try one more thing. I see that it says LXDM is the default display manager. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally type in sudo LXDM, and I'm going to hope that typing in that will work. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this default display manager up, then hopefully it'll unlock the ability for me to enter this desktop environment. Then, once I can enter it, you guys can help tell me next time, like in the next episode, how I can fix this startx thing, because I have no idea what to do. So here we go, it's the moment of truth. Sudo LXDM. Please work. Okay, the password, and please work. Oh, you're kidding me, it's... It worked! Oh, it works! What an adventure that was! Just to get this screen up. Okay, now I'm just gonna hope that this isn't just some pretend manager here and that this actually works. Let's see. So it says open box, default. We'll just go with the default. Okay, I'm gonna click this name here, fill it. Now I've got to log in once again. Okay, so we've got some kind of visual thing going on here at least. Okay, I've pressed enter. I've got a cursor. Oh, I've got a bar. Oh my goodness, I've got a bar at the bottom of my screen, and my Linux desktop is completely blue. So let's explore. Let's just take in what we have right now. So a blue screen. This is my cursor. So this is, one day it'll change. One day we're going to have all these cool, crazy stuff going on the screen. But this is how we are starting off today. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we've got this weird, what do you call it, thing at the bottom here. That looks like the launcher. Then we've got two little icons here that look like they're broken. So something's not working here. Then we've got this. So I don't know what that is. Then we've got these, which looks like different, like swapping between windows. And over here we've got a little black box. The time and a shutdown button. Now I'm just guessing that this is a launcher here. So let's press it and see what happens when I click it. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, I must document this very early stage here. Okay, so we've got accessories that has LX terminal. So let's see if that works. At the top of my screen, something's just popped up. I'm going to let you see what it is. It's an actual terminal. Look at this. I've got it working. Wow. It actually works. I'm surprised that this is actually working. So I've got my terminal here. And what else do we have? We've got internet and just some server stuff, system tools, which is just more of that, preferences, and then this is customizing the look and feel, and the last thing, run and log out. Okay, so I've got nothing on this system. This is a completely blank LXDE installation here. Now, let's try and get the screen recorder. I've just decided before I go on and get a screen recorder, I'm probably going to need a file manager, so I'll actually be able to find out where this stuff is recording to. So let's see. Where is a file manager? These are just a kind of a list of programs. Video editors. Partitioning, file managers. Okay, and I definitely want a graphical one. So here's what we've got, and I didn't ask for a file manager, so we've just got to kind of do this ourselves. So we've got Nemo there. I might get Nemo. XFE. XFE. Fast, lightweight, and feature-rich file manager. Worker, so that's one. Tux Commander, Sunflower. Oh, now I'll now you know what? We're just gonna go for this. XFE. That's gonna be our official file manager. So 2013, great. Okay, let's try and get this then. So it's XFE. Here we go. So in my little terminal window I have here, let me just move around so you can see. Here it is. I'm going to type in the words sudo pacman s, and I'm going to get x with a capital F, no, capital X, F, and E. So type my, I hate typing my password every time, especially when I don't have access to the keyboard. Dang it. Oh, what? You kidding me? Not found. So XFE was not found. Okay. Since that wasn't found... Oh, wait. XFE without the capital. Here we go. So you don't need the capital. So why... The reason I thought it was XFE is because I saw here with the capital, but then I thought, oh, right, that's what you actually type. XFE in small text. So, see for me on that one. Okay, so now I've typed it right, and it's got Fox, GUL, and XFE. So those are the things it needs. I'm just going to put in Y, because yes, I'm going to have those things. Now what I'm hoping is that I'll come down to the bottom there, and when I open the start menu, sorry, I'm using a Gorilla tripod, it's not very good. I'm hoping that, okay, now that it's installed, please be here. System tools. Pathfinder, XF, okay, there it is. It's at the bottom here. Look at that. It's a file browser. We've actually got something on our system. Wow. Okay, so this file browser, I'll zoom out so you guys can see it, is going to be very, very helpful. I'm going to need this file browser. You guys can tell me on other file browsers if you don't want me using this one, if you think, nah, that, you know what, that one's a bad one, and it causes you to completely have your hard drive corrupted, then yeah, we'll get a different file manager. So let's see, home, filler, lost and found, and then I've got this, okay. See, I work a lot better with the graphical interface. I'm really bad with the terminal. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to, in the Phillip folder, I'm going to make a new folder. Wow, this is got a lot of options here. New folder. So create a new folder. It's going to be called videos. So I've got a folder for videos. And I also want a folder for photos. P-H-O-T-O-S. Photos. And that's all right now, just desktop, photos and videos. That's all I really need. And actually, I'll do one more. I'll do that once I've got my screen recorder, because you don't want to be looking at me filming like this the whole time. You want me to have a screen recorder. In fact, one thing I'm going to need to do is window management. No, I'm getting all these errors now, probably because I didn't install those extra applications. So I really need the screen to not be at this resolution, but I'll work out how to do that once I get this screen recorder. So the screen recorder we're going to get is vokoscreen, I think. That's one that people asked for. Let's just have a little look. So I'm just going on to the OS First Timer forums in the announcement section, and you can see Adventures in Arch Linux Episode 1 Planning. So here's where I was saying, you know, like, hey everyone, let's see, what should I get here? A lot of people saying LXDM. I think, where did someone say vokoscreen or something? Maybe it was page 2. Let's see the next page. Okay, here it is. For screen recording, you could try out vokoscreen. So let's check out vokoscreen. Here we go. So I'm typing in sudo pacman big S, vokoscreen, and I'll press enter. Target not found vokoscreen. Okay, since it didn't find vokoscreen there, I'm going to have to look it up on the Arch user repository, the AUR. So here we are on the list of applications. I'm going to go to screencast if I can actually get to it. Okay, so vokoscreen, you type in Voko, isn't that what I typed? Vokoscreen. Looks like what I typed to me. Vokoscreen. Vokoscreen. Okay, so I'm guessing there's something wrong there, so I guess I can't use vokoscreen. What can I use? I heard a lot of people like Kazam. So maybe, I know a Kden Live, but I can't find Kden Live here. So maybe I should try out Kazam. I'm just really confused as to why vokoscreen. I typed in exactly what it says there, vokoscreen, and it just didn't find vokoscreen for me. So that's just a bit of an odd one there. Anyway, I'm going to now select Kazam. So I've got to type in Kazam BZRR, so I'll type in that. Oh, please tell me Kazam is an actual Kazam graphical program. BZR. Oh, target not found either. So I'm confused now as to why I've just typed in that and it didn't find that either. So something is obviously wrong here. I'll definitely know something is wrong here if I type in Chrome and it can't find Chrome. Target not found Chrome. What about Firefox? Okay, Firefox is working, so maybe it isn't a problem with this, so let me press no. Oh, what is going on here? So vokoscreen isn't going to work. Simple screen recorder. So maybe I'll use simple screen recorder. Let's try that. I'm typing it in now. Simple screen... Wait a sec. Simple screen recorder. Not found. You were kidding me. Look at this. I've typed it in. Simple screen recorder, and there is no simple screen recorder. So it seems that none of this screencasting software is working. Simple screen recorder, GLC. Because I'm really confused as to why only some of these things are working. Like, this should work. Maybe I need to update something. If this isn't working, maybe... What do you update? Do you update mirror lists or... So, I don't know. Because I'm sure with Arch there's some way to kind of update. Maybe something's wrong. Like, maybe I have to update my mirror lists or something because vokoscreen isn't working. Maybe I should try this xvidcap. Anything that'll work. Let me see. xvidcap. Not found. So, none of these seem to be working. I definitely need to update or somehow try and figure out why none of these are working. Because if none of these are working, this video is just not going to work. So let me just quickly look up now how I'm going to do this. I've just typed in sudo pacman syu and I'm just hoping this will fix my problem. Maybe it'll, I don't know, do something to fix something in some way. Let's just see. Ready? I'm going to press Y. And yep, here we go, we're installing. Please tell me this will work, please. Because I'm just looking here at what this does. It says something about Pacman can update all the systems in one command. This could take a while, yep. This command can synchronize the repository databases and update the system packages. So maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to get this all set up. So there we go. I've just typed in that, and let's hope this works. And as you can see, problem still not fixed. Vokoscreen does not seem to exist, nor does this xvid cap. So we are once again screwed. Now someone said to try out Octopi, so I'm going to try this out now. It's like a package manager front thing, so I can actually see what I'm doing graphically. So it's something I'm going to want. So let's type this in it. So I need to type in Octopi git, and maybe this will help me get a screen recorder. Not. Are you kidding me? What do you have to do to get this stuff to work? There seems to be something wrong. I'm doing something wrong with the package. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, actually. Maybe I need this pacman xg4 bin program. Maybe this'll work. It has to work. Let's see. Pacman G4 bin. So let's try this. Okay, that didn't work either. There is, oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Never mind. But it still doesn't work. So pacman xg4 bin. Not working, something's wrong, I need to work this out. So I've googled, not found, like I'm typing in a bunch of things here and nothing is working. So I think it's got something to do with multilib, because I think I made mine a purely 64-bit system. So as you can see, someone says this, but I got this not found thing. Then someone down here said, what was it? If you have a 64-bit system, enable the multilib repository first, as Skype is only 32-bit. So I'm not trying to get Skype, but I'm thinking it's something to do with this multilib thing. So I don't think I installed multilib. I think I got the other driver or something. So maybe I'll just kind of uninstall this current thing I've got here, this graphics driver, and do multilib. So let's just see if I can get this working. So I'm going to try and add multilib to the system now. It says to use multilib, uncomment multilib, this section here, in the config file. So let's try and do that now. I'm going to type in nano, and then what's next? So nano, okay, so let's try and open this. /etc. So I can't see because every time I try and film it, it'll be so much better once I can get this screen recorder. So this is really the goal of this video, to get the screen recorder finally. Where is this? There it is. etc. pacman.conf. Okay, so here we go. /pacman.conf. Here we go. Why did that not work? Oh, okay, because it's going to do it in here. Okay, I was expecting a text editor to pop up, and I'm like, hey, wait a sec, I don't even have a text editor. So let's see. So here are all the files in this terminal. I'm going to try and come down and find, where's the multilib section? Repositories. Okay, so we're in repositories. So repo name. Okay, including extra multilib testing. Okay, there we go. Multilib is commented out. So let's just make sure this is right. So to use, uncomment the multilib section. So we're just going to uncomment that. Then it should work. Okay, here we go. Gonna go here. Uncomment. Oh boy, I hope this works. Okay, Control X. And do I want to save? Yes. Okay, yup. Error writing permission. Oh, you are kidding me, because I didn't type sudo. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, I'm back. My camera's about to run out of battery, so I'd better get this screen recorder working. Okay, that worked. Now let's go back up to that. What is it? What did I want? No, not XFE. It was vokoscreen. You were kidding me. Oh, I thought that would work. Because I've just enabled multilib. So you'd think after enabling that, it would now include that. Oh, wait a sec. You will then need to update the package list by running pacman with the, okay, let's do this. Sudo pacman, here we go, SYYU. Okay, so now, this is, I think, updating the, directory. Okay, it's done something. Now that it's done something, let's hope that it actually works, please. Oh no, I thought that would work. Oh, I thought we were so close. So I've done everything and it doesn't work. Oh. So unfortunately, that just didn't work. So to use a multilib repository, you just uncomment. Oh wait, maybe I've got to uncomment that multilib thing as well. Okay, let's just try this last thing. Maybe I just didn't uncomment the whole thing. Let's just see how this repositories thing works. So, look at this. So we've got multilib here, and then it's got a comment in front of it. So really, core, so those don't have comments. Oh my goodness, I feel really stupid now. Okay, now Control X, save yes, and enter, and now type that last command again, pacman SYUU. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm actually officially going to cry, because this needs to work. Come on, please, 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 please. Please, please, please. No! Why did that not work? Okay, now I'm just at a loss. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. Every single thing I can possibly think of. And now that this isn't working, I'm just at a complete loss. Complete. I seriously mean complete loss, because I've tried editing this file multiple times. Is there anything else I need to edit in here? Anything else I need to uncomment? Look. Extra is there, it's all fine. Community is there, it's all fine. Multilib is there, it's all fine. So, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do here. Community testing is there, testing. But that's all commented out. But I've uncommented multilib, so this should be working. Maybe it's got something to do with the graphics driver or something. So let's just try and work this out one last time. So when I first installed Arch Linux, I installed the open source NVIDIA, this XF86 video thing. So I'm going to try doing the lib32. Maybe that's what I need to do. So let's try it. So here we go, it's going to install that driver now, and I've just got to hope this works, because if this doesn't work, I'm just going to be at a complete loss. I'm not going to know what to do, but you'd think, okay, I've done this multilib, I'm getting the source multilib sources, and it's just finished, so I'm obviously going to need to get a graphics driver or whatever you need to do the 32-bit applications on Arch. So now that it's installed, let me try and get this working. Vokoscreen isn't working. Maybe I need to do this SYU thing, but I can't unless I'm root. Okay, I think I've solved it. As soon as I typed in sudo pacman SYU, sorry, I'm not actually stopping. I'm not editing this, I'm just actually pressing record and stop. So as you can see, I've got core extra, but this has appeared. I don't remember this appearing last time. So now, let's try vokoscreen. Oh my goodness, if this doesn't work... No! Okay, I don't know what to do now. I'm at a complete loss this time around. Maybe I'll try and do an update. Okay, SYU, but if this doesn't work... Oh, there's nothing to update, and multilib is up to date. And vokoscreen isn't working, and nothing's working. So I'm gonna obviously need some help here. I'll try rebooting this system. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe it's this. This is what's stuffing up here. So I'm gonna uninstall this, and hopefully it'll work. So I'm gonna remove it now. And do I want to remove the packages? Didn't it come with more stuff than that? Is RS what you use, or checking dependency? So it's obviously check them. Okay, we'll just yes. Okay, let's see if it works now. No idea what to do. With that, it looks like I'm now stuck. I don't know how to progress. I don't know why these packages are not appearing. Like, I'm typing in the name of them. I've tried everything I can possibly think of. Now I need your help to help me continue. How do I, number one, get this LXDE, like this thing to pop up on startup? Because I've tried this xinit thing, and I guess I didn't really copy the file, but I'm getting ultra confused. But do I need to copy that file for it to work? Or can I just edit that file without it working? I don't know. So that's number one. I need to find out how to startx and this, like, thing when the computer starts. I just need that to work. And number two is, how come some packages just aren't working? Vokoscreen. Why doesn't that appear? Octopi, or that, you know, graphical installer. Why doesn't that work when I type pacman-s, name of program, insert it there? It just doesn't work. So I need to find out how to get that to work and how to get this startx, and then once I figure out how to do that, we'll be ready for episode 2. So join me next time, or help me now, because I'm in serious need of help, on Adventures in Arch Linux. See ya.